Collective, what's good with y'all? It's your boy Justice coming at y'all with another general energy read. I hope this finds y'all to resonate any time of y'all's day. Remember to take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't make anything fit. We're gonna take that, but all the likes, comments, shares, and subscribes are so appreciated. All the bookings, all the super thanks. Thank you so much. I send all that ashe and prosperity back to you and yours tenfold. First card out, you're embarrassing all your enemies right now. Angels of the highest of white light, ancestors of the highest of white light, please bestow upon me, remove any distractions from my energy. Please remove any distortions, especially from previous reads. Thank you and ashe. So you may be a content creator, influencer, but you may be embarrassing all your enemies right now. Maybe through your starlight, your truth, your gifts. Maybe meant to, if this is a future prediction for somebody. Exactly. I'm getting like you're exposing snakes without even like acting like you know it, is what I'm getting. Your intuition exposes snakes without your conscious awareness knowing it. That's a weird message. I just channeled it. Isolation saved your life. So you may be very intuitive, or you may be feeling intuitively guided to isolate from certain individuals that no longer serve you, or have a funny feeling to you. And this could be a confirmation for somebody that there's a reason behind that. With the wheel of fortune finna turn in your favor, it could be because you may have had dark attachments from other people, or you may be courted to other people that have dark attachments. Take what resonates. People are in regret for how they treated you. And this is something that I think this is current energy for somebody. Some people, this is going to be future energy once you speak your truth or step onto some type of platform or step into some type of authority. You know, content creator, influencer, that could just represent you stepping into your authority, especially if you have an authoritative vocal, like voice or like calling of any kind. You take what resonates. But maybe some of you are content creators, artists, creatives, especially the creatives of any kind. You're probably meant to speak your truth and illuminate and maybe embarrass some people that may have played with you. And it's not like you're trying to. That's why I was like, I don't think you're trying to. It's not conscious. I think you're very intuitive. And I think you're meant to illuminate people. And I think that's what comes naturally. That's usually what happens with intuitive gifts. And people fear these things and call it witchcraft, but people are just very psychically tapped in and can see parts of people that they don't want to intimately be shown or be represented as, because they may not fully accept that intimate part of themselves, right? So this is why we're healers and meant to be in the position we're in, right? This is significant for somebody for the perceptual awareness of maybe a general theme of your life. Dealing with people and kind of being a karmic lesson. You don't look at it as that, but you start to see it. Like when you start to really sit back on things and detach, you start to see people get karma for certain things they do to you. And it's like, maybe that person wasn't what I thought they were in my face. Maybe there was a reason I was feeling that intuitive, nudges about that person. Maybe I was pacifying somebody. Maybe I was enabling somebody. Maybe I was choosing not to see something, right? With this, you seem to be closing out old cycles with these things, and new experiences are now opening up for you. I'm picking up on somebody that, a group of people. Maybe you've gone through a time, maybe you're going through a time of stagnation, depressions, or any type of just lack of flow in energy. This could be anything. This could be stemming from certain things that you were holding on to with people that were maybe kind of fucking over your energy, so to speak, basically. With the Queen of Pentacles energy, there's a need to nurture your sensuality, nurture your divine essence, nurture your sexual energy, nurturing your gifts or your creativity or your just differences, nurturing yourself. With the Queen of Pentacles, it's usually nurturing your coin or nurturing like your foundation in regards to something around that nature, or that could be your spiritual foundation on a psychological level. Being balanced, grounded, sound in your intuition. Because, just a reminder, our intuition is not going to be automatically on point. You got to sharpen that shit and you got to balance out your energy for it to not be skewed. If your energy is off point, your intuition is going to be off point. Just a reminder for somebody. Your aura is meant to bring rainbows and sunshines into people's day. You're meant to be a healer. You're meant to bring light, sunshine into people's day. A lot of us come from a lot of dark backgrounds, to create the healing in us, So that's just a reminder for somebody that you're not your experiences, you're not your environments, you're not what you came from, you're not even what you've done. Maybe even other people. We've all made mistakes and have learned through a lot of different choices we've made. And it should be a humbling reminder for any of us, all of us, to know that we're all human, still living a human experience, no matter what we are, right? Hangman position. You may be feeling no, I'm not getting that for you, for the collective. That's for people outside of the collective. They're in a hangman position. I feel like there's changes going on in how people perceive you. And I feel like this is causing unsettling feelings for other people that may have shadows to deal with, that may have been projected on you at a certain time, right? And now this may be the time with the Wheel of Fortune turning. The Wheel of Fortune's got to turn in the law of correspondence in the other favor, right? For somebody else. That means some shadow work is going to be implemented, or some karma. And karma can just represent lessons and reflection, It can be painful, it can be hurtful, it can be sad, it can be a lot of things. Karma is karma. It's just reciprocal energy. That's significant for somebody to not look at karma with a negative, fearful connotation, right? A lot of witches, warlocks, they throw that word around for a sense of control. But all karma is a redirection of a reallocation or a balancing out of energies that need to be balanced out. And it's usually in confrontation. It's usually represented by those things. And karmic people are usually people that purposely repeat cycles due to either arrogance or just ignorance. That's karmic, right? Choosing not to heal. Death spells don't work on you. So when I'm getting these are people that may be ashamed now, they wanted to put an end to you, into something, into your life, into confidence. I'm getting confidence into your authority. People don't like your authority that you stand in. It could be just the way you speak on yourself, the way that you speak for yourself, the way you speak for others. Or maybe you just speak up for what's right or what you think is right. Everybody has a different belief. That's what makes democracy. Even though that's a false illusion too, but that's another conversation. With clear abilities, you could be activating a lot of different psychological gifts at this time, due to a lot of different experiences that you've had with a lot of different people, right? With the page energy, a lot of people could be pondering on you, thinking about you at this time. That could represent that, as you could be transitioning from these people or transitioning into a new state of your life. You don't have to be transitioning from everybody and saying fuck everybody, but who I'm tapping into, you could be. You could very much be. Or it could be just those few people. I don't know, right? But it doesn't mean like that. Just could be setting boundaries. Some people it's like that. I'm tuning into different energies. Some people it's like that. Short woman could be significant. You could be a short woman. I could be talking about, but a short woman could be significant. That could be trying to check back in with you, or trying to get back in your good graces. That could be significant. With the hermit energy, I think you're being advised at this time to stay kind of secluded from things that you had to free yourself from originally. That could be significant for somebody. Just a reminder of what, sometimes some things can pull at our heartstrings in terms of nostalgia. And it doesn't mean that things aren't worth revisiting, friendships, romantic relationships, but a lot of the times it's not, right? A lot of times, most times it's not going to be. It's usually a lesson. But that's always dependent on your ascension, not always the other person, but also that other person. And to know that y'all both have free will. And this doesn't have to be romantic. It could be partnership, friend, familial. Just everybody's on a different path in life. So it's about alignment. So if you're not aligning with somebody, it doesn't mean you're beefing with somebody. It could very well mean that you don't fuck with somebody. But this misalignment is different than beef. It's a significant message for somebody to kind of see that, and not for themselves. I don't think I'm saying it for you. I'm saying it for the perception of people you may fear putting boundaries or cutting off or whatever, and how they may react, because it may be a maturity lesson. I've been cut off. I've been secluded from things, that I had to learn maturely, that I may have not felt like I was was supposed to be, or that was just to me. But over time, in hindsight, it definitely was, in terms of divine redirection. In some cases, it was definitely a reflection of how I was either treating myself or treating others in the situation. So that's just a significant message for somebody. For divine redirection is a real thing. You just trusting it. And you could be overthinking, certain people, patterns that you may want to cut off or may need to, And not everything is supposed to be like bridges burning. Don't burn bridges. I learned that from somebody, a good friend of mine. Shout out Mike if you're watching me. Don't burn bridges. Never burn bridges. He taught me that. 'Cause you just never know. We're all learning. It's a significance for somebody. And setting boundaries and cutting cords don't mean you said fuck them. It just means you chose yourself. Good fortune is on your way for choosing yourself. That could be a significant message for somebody. Just a inkling that you're doing the right thing if you're trying to, right? Choosing yourself so you can show up better for yourself and show up better for others around you eventually, or ultimately, or however you're planning to go about something, is the best thing that you can do for your environment and position. Self-love is a very powerful thing. Magician energy, that is your magic. Your self-love is your magic. There's a need to, bask in that. There's a need to bask in your security and to know that and empower yourself. Ain't nobody gonna empower yourself better than you can. Ain't nobody gonna love you better than you can. That's a significant message for somebody, because I had to learn that the opposite way. Here we go. My iPad ran out of space a little bit. Clearing up space may be significant, but I had to learn that the opposite way, with self-love. That, I wasn't going to ever get the reciprocation until I could actually believe that I was worthy of its reciprocation. And that's a significant message for somebody. Sometimes we can autonomously seek that validation through money means, through, if I make this much, it makes me feel like this, or if I have this type of woman or man, if you're a woman, or whatever, right? I'm not trying to, right, but damn, that just shook me up. But that did just shake me up. I guess I'm being guided to move forward on that. Oh, in terms of the reciprocation, sometimes we seek that person or that place, that thing, to validate our worth. So money, sex, status, fame, fortune, good luck. But sometimes we look at those things to validate something that we can say within ourselves. And I had gotten those things. That's why I was saying, I had to learn that. I had gotten those things, but I didn't learn how to appreciate it because I didn't love myself. It took me until now to really kind of come up from ground up after a lot of, fails and, successes, but failures just as big as the successes, because I wasn't upholding myself in terms of a consistent or a conviction that really served my highest good. So it would come up and drop down just as much as it would come up, right? Significant for somebody, because the wholeness within your inner world really, it taught those collapsals, those towers falling from me continuously, as bad, they'd crumble as bad as the tower would climb up. As high as it would come up in terms of good things, successes, it would just fall. It taught me that the real reality of your inner world really shaping your outer. It doesn't matter about the finances that you got coming in. It doesn't matter about what you got, in terms of circumstances, because God's going to test all of us completely differently and autonomously at different times of our lives. So it's about how you react. I learned really quickly. It was all about how I reacted. That was the prize. That was my 10 of Pentacles, that insight, that knowledge. To understand that it was all about how I reacted to the circumstances, because I've been in some crazy circumstances in the past 365 days that you would not believe, collective, that I just made it out of and am coming on this platform to talk to you about. And I'm not even talking to you about them. I'm talking to you about the things I've learned from said experiences that you would not believe that I just came out of. But that's significant for somebody. Maybe people just maybe one of those mysterious ones with the 7 of Pentacles energy, real diligent, and I guess maybe I'm picking up on a silent killer, not a silent killer, not a murderer, but a spiritual assassin type of, you knock shit down. when you come around, you're not here to play. And people want to destiny swap with you because they can feel this star energy, this kind of radiance from you, and it's something they can't put their finger on. That's what I'm picking up on too. You have many hidden admirers, like a Sasuke energy. If you watch anime, I literally just channeled that. He came to my head, like how he was like mysterious, but you knew he wouldn't come to bullshit with nobody. Like that type. Maybe very tactful, maybe very perceptually aware. Sasuke had a lot of perceptually aware abilities. With the sun energy, you may have a very big radiance about you. You may speak a lot of truth in the sun. I said in the sun, so in the light. So you may be a influencer, like I got in the beginning of the read. You may be some type of content creator meant to be, or you're meant to speak truth or illuminate truth to the light, bring it to the surface. Maybe your gifts illuminate truth to the light. Maybe your intuition is what brings something to the light. With the Ace of Swords followed by the Sun, that's like truth and bringing it to the surface to be seen, right? You're simultaneously existing on multiple realms and dimensions of existence. With the Ace of Pentacles, I'm getting that your integration of what you've learned with the Eight of Swords through times, I'm getting like times of self-reflection, or times maybe where you were in a mental prison, or a mental, time where you were down and out on yourself, right? What did you learn from these situations? And integrating the different dimensionalities. I'm picking up on an energy that puts you, like my experiences, it put me in hermit. My troubled experiences put me in hermit, to where I had to integrate those velocities of maybe mistakes, maybe fucked up parts of myself that I no longer wanted to be a part of myself, and integrate it in strengthening parts of myself that were weakening. Because a lot of these processes, especially being spiritually mastering oneself, comes through a lot of weakness points that get reflected at you so you can alchemize it. That's a specific channel message for somebody. A lot of times your weak points are always reflected at you so you can strengthen. It's always something to strengthen. That's why I'm always in this mindset of just alchemizing energy, because something's going to get reflected for me to see, for me to strengthen within myself. There's always a reflection. There's always something to learn, which is why you can tell humility versus arrogance. You'll never know everything. There's always something you can align with. There's always something new. But playing robbery, people try to take your gifts or take your fortune. People want to take your mind, is what I'm getting. With the Fool energy, they want to take your gifts. But you step on faith. You may be a free-spirited energy, 606 as I say that. You may be very grounded, stable in how you are as a person. But this may destabilize other people's perceptions of life, is what I'm getting, based on how you live yours. With Three of Swords energy, you may have gone through a lot of grief, trauma, suffering, heartbreak, betrayal to get to this point perceptionally or intuitively, is what I'm picking up on. But these gifts are your balancing out. That's your justice for the things that you've been through. And a lot of these things are going to create successes that I'm speaking about. These breakthroughs. That's what these gifts are for. To integrate these properties that other people can't perceive, but you can. You can feel it. You can sense it. There's a need for you utilizing your gifts for the betterment of your own reality. Because people are threatened by your aura because they wish they had those type of abilities or that sight. A lot of people maybe they play you crazy. Maybe some people don't even acknowledge the gifts. Maybe they can't perceive it. Some people are unconscious. They're that kind of, they can't see it from that angle. And you gotta give grace to that fact. That's significant for somebody, and to call your power back from any situation that leaves any of part of you in negativity or any gaslighting tendency to question yourself. That's just somebody gaslighting you, or if it's not somebody gaslighting you, somebody's genuinely confused on what it is you are, what you bring to the table energetically. That's significant. When they try to form smear campaigns in groups, but they still become unsuccessful in them, it proves to people there's something about you. It makes them look into it more. It makes them introspect more. It makes them reflect more, which is the whole point of this. That's why we're here. That's why we're stationed here. Beings like us. Like I said, it's all karmic lessons for people to understand, overstand. That, I guess, just to reflect. A lot of times, like I said, we're karmic mirrors to people. Just huge mirrors. Because we're not ever going to be stuck in that timeline or that narrative that they think of us in, because we're always shifting, right? With the Ten of Swords energy, it puts them in the Ten of Swords position, because a lot of karmics, or a lot of people that you may have, whatever I'm tapping into, a lot of times when you have an unconventional path and you're gifted or whatever it is, right? You're different. Those triggers, they want to put you in a box in terms of to figure you out, or put a label on you in terms of what all you are, right? But it only puts them in a Ten of Swords position, and has them kind of constantly reflecting and kind of chopping off versions of themselves, whether it's perceptionally or how they thought about things, because it's only helping them to ascend out of limitations within their own conscious. And this is just a final message, just a confirmation for somebody, to be perceptually aware of how others take to your energy. It's always an awareness thing, because if you're aware, you can really better suit your reality. You can really do something with that awareness. It's hot as hell down here, and I'm going to end this off for y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in to me, Collective. Take all what resonates and leave the rest, please. All likes, comments, shares, and subscribes are very much appreciated. If you need a booking with me, please email me at shamikasun@gmail.com with a C in Shamika. All my pricings and inquiries are in my descriptions below. And I'm sending y'all off with so much love and ashe and prosperity. Thank you so much, Collective. Peace out.